Hi, I'm Wayne Bernheisel, president and partner in Dillard Gulf Coast. I joined the military in 1994, but I came in a little bit later in life. So I applied to officer training school, got accepted in the Air Force. My first assignment was actually in a B-52 unit as a section commander. I got accepted into the master's program, so the Air Force Institute of Technology up at Wright-Patterson. I got to do a short stint in the as a senior air controller prior to going to AFIT. Went to AFIT, got my master's, came out, worked in the F-16 Systems Acquisition Office, which at the time was actually the largest program within the Air Force. The structure, the things that you learn in the military about structure and having, simple things like checklists, how to manage people. The Air Force was, I think, ahead of its time in talking about service leadership, servant type leadership, something that the corporate world at the time I don't think was really doing and had grasped yet. So the servant leadership idea really for me came out of the Air Force. Dealing with people issues, which when you own a business and you have people working for you, you have a lot of people issues. That's just something that just comes along with it. So the idea of owning my own business came about many years ago. Just the idea of being able to have my own thing, drive my own bus. The company was actually established in 2001, and I acquired the business in 2011. We added the door business, overhead door company of Northwest Florida, and then 2 years ago we acquired Quality Gates and Openers. We operate on the Florida Panhandle, and we are expanding into other areas, but mostly in the Florida Panhandle. We have a location here in Valparaiso, and we also have a location in Southport, which is on the north side of Panama City. When I moved here to the Fort Walton Beach area, I took a role in corporate. That's what brought me here. And in 2 years, or actually probably about a year being here, I started looking at businesses that were for sale. And I'd already done that previously too. I'd looked for businesses that were for sale. Just nothing ever struck me. So over time, I came across Gulf Coast Shutter, and what intrigued me about this company was that everything that they did was custom for the most part. And it involved people, it involved servicing, the community and the area. And there was a desire for that. The one thing I didn't see on the corporate side was that necessarily the community support. And there's probably more of that today, but when I was there wasn't that big connection with community. So getting the company off the ground, one of the things, like I said, I acquired a business that had already been in existence since 2001. So it was already a 10-year-old company. However, resource-wise, I needed to get an SBA loan as well. So I had an SBA loan. I used a local business broker as well to find and locate and help me with the purchase, acquisition of the business itself. I did use local attorneys too to look at all the documents and things. So all that's been instrumental in us acquiring the business and then growing the business. Also, we're members of the chambers, several of them. I'm currently a board member of the Destin Chamber. Currently also too a member of the Economic Development Council. I've been chairman of TechMen, which is under the EDC, Okaloosa County EDC. I personally am not necessarily much of a networker. So for me, it was more about getting involved in the community, helping in the community. And through that, you do develop friends, you develop networking just naturally out of that, and business will come over time. I'm not, there's some networking organizations out there that they're, really hard at getting those networks and leads and referrals. So I have other people that do things like that. So I just like to stay engaged in the community to know what's going on. Again, to help. I'm currently president of the Rotary Club of Destin too. So a lot of my time through the week is spent in the community, helping where I can and as time allows. The advice I would give somebody is that small business can be very rewarding and and again, very difficult at times. Seek individuals that have already been through it to try to garner experience and knowledge from them, what they've been through. I guess one of the things for me too has been that I know people, I've made connections with people that have been through things before, started small business, been in small business. So when there's issues or things coming up, you don't want to be your own island. You want to be able to reach out in the community and to your friends that you know, to ask them for help and guidance on things. So don't think that you're alone. There are resources out there. You know, there's a small business office, which I have used a small business office on occasion early on to get some guidance. I've looked at other business leaders, so being a member of the chamber, for example, I've been able to reach out to other business leaders and talk to them about situations, or, you know, how did you handle this? Those resources are invaluable to you. For somebody that's contemplating doing, you know, getting a small business or getting into small business, don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't try to spread yourself too thin, because if you do that, you won't do anything well. You got to focus on pieces, focus on those pieces, get it right, get it well, done well, and then move on and start expanding and doing more. And then as you grow, then you can look at adding more personnel. You know, if you add too many people too early on, that could really hurt your business. You know, so I've kind of had that idea that don't put the cart before the horse. You know, you got to make sure that you hire properly. Don't hire too early, don't hire too late.